take the chance to ask you about shooting clothes.
Yes.
The first stupid question. You are shooting for about 10 years.
Yep.
Which number of shooting clothes are you operating in the moment?
I think this is number 9, suit number 9. I think I had 6 Toon suits and then 3 Kapapi suits. This is number 3.
So you are high experienced in different brands.
A little bit.
You are high experienced in shooting with the air rifle and with the small bore rifle.
Yes.
Let me say you know everything about
Maybe not everything.
clothes. About clothes.
A little.
Second question. When you start your training or when you start your competition, you get into the cold jacket and the cold trouser. Is there any change in the clothes while shooting?
Yes. Your body heat warms up the suit, and as it gets warmer, the suit gets softer.
Yeah.
So sometimes you lose the tension in the suit, especially if you're in a hot country, then it gets very, very hot and the suit gets very, very soft. So you need to be aware of the change in the suit.
Yeah.
So you can warm it up before you start, especially if you go, sometimes in the hot countries, they store the kit in a cold place.
Yeah.
You should heat it up before you then go and shoot. So the difference from when you start to when you finish is smaller.
And so doing some dry fire to warm it up is a good idea?
Maybe, yes.
Yeah. And how long does it take until the clothes get their real characteristics?
20-30 minutes, I think, but not. It depends on how hot it is.
But it takes a while, 20,
Yeah.
30 minutes.
20-30 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Next question. You shot tuna clothes, now you shoot Kapapi clothes. If you compare these two brands, what do you think about first?
The tuna suits are very tight to the body. Not that they're too tight for the rules, but they're very fitted. They don't have, you see with the Kapapi there are wrinkles in the suit, and the tuna ones don't have this, but the material is a bit softer. So when Kapapi was released, everybody jumped to Kapapi because they were a lot stiffer. Tuna has brought out a new material recently, which I haven't tried yet, that might bridge the gap. But yes, the Toon suits are much more fitted, and the Kapapi suits are a bit bigger, but they have the wrinkles that give support.
So tuna is soft and fitting, and Kapapi is harder and more edged.
Yeah.
Well, how about the weight?
The Kapapi stuff's much heavier.
Yeah.
I think the material is heavier, so yeah, I think Kapapi suit's about 8 kilograms. I think the tuna was about 5.
And this has an influence on position and movements?
In hot countries, maybe you get tired faster. Mostly it's just for the airlines.
Okay. It's more expensive to fly around with a Kapapi clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Yeah, if we start with the shooting trousers, what is the most important about the trousers?
I think the waist and how it fits around your waist and your hips. So this bit, how you do it up. It gives you the most support in the back. We get into these strange positions, so having support in the back is very important. And I think maybe at the bottom of the trousers, where the trousers touch the boots, you want to have a little bit of pressure so you can feel when you sway.
So the interpretation around the hips is most important for stability. Is there any rule you see? Or?
The waistband is not allowed to be more than 7 centimeters above your crest of your hip bone. I think that's the only rule.
The rule you see, it should be as high as possible, or what do you expect from a good trouser?
Yeah, I try to have it as high as possible, but not so that it's over my ribs, so I can still breathe. But also within the rules. And not necessarily too tight, because also then you can't breathe. But you want enough in the back so that you can lean into the back.
So leaning into the back is the most important.
Yeah, I think so.
The next question, most important about the jacket.
Yes. Probably how it fits across the shoulders. I think. If it's too tight across here, you'll not be able to move into positions. If it's too loose across here, it will fall off of you. For air rifle, this area around where the butt plate goes, I think is most important. If you have too much material here, you lose the feeling of where the butt plate sits. If you have this very tight, then you can't get your arm around the butt plate. Some people shoot with this top grip material here. I like the suede because I can feel it better. Same here for 2-2. And then how it fits around the middle. So how tight you do up the jacket. If you do it up too tight, you'll fail the test. If you do it too loose, you have no support in the jacket.
So what do you do if you said the shoulders is most important? Is there any way, if it's too tight or too wide, to change it with the same jacket?
Too tight, you can cut a V in the back. It just lets it open a wee bit. I've seen, I think Matt Emmons has done that in the past. I think Nico Campriani has done that in the past. Cut the V in. If it's too wide, I think you can put extra underlayers on, but also within the rules, they are not allowed to be too thick. So if it's really too wide, you need a new jacket.
One question about weight. If you will never do, but let's imagine you put up 1 or 2 kilos or lose 1 or 2 kilos. Does this have an effect on the size of the jacket?
Yes, and that's where you can move the buttons. It helps, because most people will gain weight here on the front.
You look at me now.
Everybody. But yeah, you gain weight here, and for women during a monthly cycle you can get bloated and it goes down. This changes, so the buttons on the jacket become important. You can move them in and out.
What is the limit when a weight change infects the size of the jacket?
You usually feel it around the shoulders. If it gets too tight around this area, you probably need a new one.
So 1 kilo more is a problem already, or is it 5 kilos?
I think more like 5.
5 kilos, yeah.
A good fitting shooting clothes is the base of a stable position and of a calm holding. Exact and soft movements are only possible if the trouser and the jacket fits. The best indicator for the quality and the fit of your shooting clothes is the scut line.